And so we landed in this little town of Boende on the tarmac. There's a video of this all too. On the tarmac, there's 2 crashed airplanes when we land. And we get in there, and immediately what happens is I can see that. You can see the dirt tarmac right there.
This?
Yeah, that's where we landed, yeah.
Wow.
So we get...
It's half the city.
Yeah, man. It's a tiny place. Can you see the crashed airplane on the map?
Oh, maybe. There's wow.
one.
It's a real dirt.
It's just dirt. There was a crashed plane.
Can you just drive from here onto the runway?
Yeah, there was kids and like cattle on the runway when we landed. They had to pass once to scare the cattle away, and then they landed again.
Look, you just like walk up there. There's a path for that.
No one goes there. No one goes there.
Right. So you do a drive-by to let them know,
to scare the cattle and kids off the fucking runway, and then
that looks poor.
Yeah. So they don't get foreign tourists there. They didn't even know what tourists were. So, dude, when we landed, we were greeted by one of the governor's officials, and he's like, "You have to come see the governor." And so normally what happens in countries like this, like any kind of tribal place, you got to go meet the elder, you got to like kiss some babies, shake some hands.
Anyone coming in, they want to know.
Exactly, because it's so isolated. And so his assistant comes and says, "You have to come see the governor." So we're like, "Okay, great. We expected that." Dude,
it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine getting to like wherever.
And they're always like they're very happy to show off all of their luxurious things they have.
Yeah.
Often it's like Tupperware and all these things that we think is a bit silly, but for them, like having nice Tupperware and like a can of Coca-Cola is like a symbol of
trade
wealth.
over the years.
Yeah.
Wow. Seeing if this plane is there.
In the YouTube video, you can see the plane, but maybe this is taken before or after.
Okay.
So the governor's assistant comes, takes us to the governor. We go into this like big kind of palace-y type place, and immediately by the tone of the assistant, he's not stoked. And so we walk in this big house, and it's a big ass living room, super tacky, like decked out with all the weird little. He's got his like posters of like rock stars, and he's got these big elegant cabinets and all these things, and he's sitting there on a big ass couch watching television like full blast. And when we walk in, he doesn't even look at us, and I assumed it would be like at least a handshake or something, but you can just sense the vibe is not good. And so we walk in, we're like, "Hello," like bonjour, they speak French there, and he just points to another couch. And so me and my guide go sit down. TV's still on full blast. And we start to speak. It's like, "Hello." And he goes, "Why did you come to my jungle?" And we're like, sorry. And we were told to call him Votre Excellence, Your Excellence.
Okay.
So I'm like, "Hello, Your Excellence."
They speak French.
Yeah. Mostly. And local languages. And he's like, and so I'm like, "Hello, Your Excellence. My name is Mike. This is my guide Obed. And we're just here to, see the jungle and the people, and I love the jungle." And he's like, "Nobody comes here to see things. You are spies." And we're like, no, like I love biology, I love tribes. And he's like,
what a dumb cover for a spy.
I know. He's like, you have people in your country? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, "Well, the people here are not very different. People are not different. You are here to take my trees because there's so much illegal logging." And he doesn't even understand tourism because no one's ever gone there to see things. So he had...
Yeah, why would you?
Why would you? Like, there's nothing to see there but trees and jungle and tribes. La Palace de l'Étoile.
Wow. You speak French?
Yeah.
From being in
Canada.
Yeah.
And he didn't believe us. He thought we were spies. I couldn't film it, of course, but I told him like we're gonna make. I pulled out had a little GoPro, and he's like, "Prove to me that does not take GPS." Because
that does not take GPS, which is like
because you GPS pin certain trees to cut down, or like mine. Because there it's all about like it's exploited so heavily, and every foreigner who's ever gone anywhere in the jungle is looking to cut down hardwoods or set up a mining operation.
How do you prove the non-existence of something?
Exactly. And
you can't.
I can't. And he doesn't know what a fucking GoPro is. So I can't prove to him this isn't a GPS device. And honestly, it probably does even do GPS.
I might. Yeah, it's like,
And,
I haven't looked for that feature, bro.
Exactly.
I don't know, maybe.
And so how this little jungle trip started was him saying, like, you're spies. We don't believe you. And he told his guard, he's like, take them away. And he made us, what he said is, we are not allowed to go in the jungle. He doesn't believe we're there just to see things. Who goes to see things? That's ridiculous. We're spies. We're here to find mines or cut down trees. And we have to stay in the compound until the next flight. And there's only one flight a week. And there's no negotiation at this point. And the TV was on the full blast the whole time. He barely made any eye contact. He's like,
I mean, I get it. If you don't even have an idea of like leisure to be like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like to be like, oh, let's just go like have fun and like explore, explore.
He hasn't like tourism is not really a thing for people
right.
who don't have an excessive wealth, right? So,
how do they get around? They take the river.
The river, and there's a few small motorbike trails you can see there.
Yeah.
So he told his guard to take us away
yeah.
and put us in this little compound, and we didn't know what to do because again, no negotiation. And there was no internet there, so I couldn't like pull up my YouTube to prove that I make videos. Again, there was no way to prove anything.
Also, like the cover story.
It would be a great cover story if I wanted to cut down hardwoods.
yeah.
Perfect, honestly.
Yeah.
So we were stuck in this compound, and the guy, the guard's there, and he puts us in this little like room with some beds. And as he's about to leave, he's like, tomorrow morning, you go. And he's like, I will not say a thing. And so
who said you go?
His guard is official. Because he knew he could, I don't know whether exactly what he knew, but he knew we weren't there to fucking cut down.
His excellence is in a mood. You're fine.
Exactly.
I'm going to disobey them? That's crazy.
And so,
what a risk.
Exactly.
I'd be like, hey, he's a lunatic, but I'm not crossing him.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have crossed him either. He was a big, scary dude. And again, in a place like that, you don't want to do any sketchy shit because you can just disappear. Like, you can just disappear and, he got lost in the jungle, right?
Wow, yeah.
But what saved us is the border between his state or province, whatever it is, and the next one was only about an hour by motorbike. And so the guards, like, get two local motorbike guys to get you across the border, and he can't do anything to you. And, like, leave at first light.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Where it's like once you get over that county line.
Once you're gone, you're gone. He can't come after you. And so we went to bed that night.
What a risk. If he doesn't like get him when you're like you just left 5 minutes ago. Oh.
But his official, his lead guard was on our side. And so the next morning we had like spoken through him to get two motorbikes, and we launched out of there like bats out of hell to get to the border before anyone noticed. And where this story gets interesting is that we didn't really know where we were going. You know what I mean? Like we just had to get out, and we knew there was small motorbike tracks to other villages, and we knew there was some tribes there. And instead of wasting a week in a little like dank room, let's get to the border, go like kind of tribe hopping, and figure out where we can end this. There was a fairly big city that had another airport that was like 5 or 6 days driving by motorbike.
What's that city?
I don't remember, but it was to the east. I don't remember the name of the city.
Where is it?
If you zoom out, so we got on bikes and we took off to the east, but we were in such a rush we didn't have time to really get many supplies. And so as we were going,
did you have money at this point?
I had my local guide, right? So he had some local money and he could speak some local languages.
Okay.
So we hit up a food stand really quick.
It's not like there's like ATMs.
No.
And there's not like, how do we even change Canadian dollars?
In these places, I don't even, I pay my guide in advance via like bank transfer if I can. And then he handles all finances, because the second a foreigner pulls out money there, because this is one of the most corrupt countries in the world, you just become a target. So I always say, I have no money. He takes care of it. So it wasn't Palmby. No.
15-minute drive. Okay.
No. We went days. We went to the west. Sorry, not east.
Okay.
And I
couldn't tell scale.
Fuck, I wish I remember the name of it.
So right over maybe it's here.
Somewhere over there. Yeah.
Okay.
So my guide, as we rushed out, he jumped in a food store quick, got 3 packs of spaghetti and like two cans of tuna for like a 5-day trip across the fucking Congo jungle. And we took off, man.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's You Be Trippin'.